Welcome back to this Board Game Officer. We are doing another playthrough of Chronicles of Drungaor. However, this is going to be Chapter 2 because Chapter 1 was done with like the how to play or the start here guide. However, we are going to have some new characters, so let's go ahead and show what characters we're going to have today. First one we have is Jaheen. So, Jaheen is going to be our melee character here. Well, I guess they're both kind of melee, but so what he has here, he's got Protective Light, which is going to be Shield 2. +2 hit, burn 1. Invigorating Blow, which is heal 3, +0 hit. So we got a little bit of healing, that's super nice. Blessing of Sun, heal 3 and shield 2, so more healing. Battle Focus, focus 1 and cleanse 1, that's one that everyone has. Then we got Walk of Greeting, move 3 and focus 1, which actually is pretty darn nice, I like that one. And then we've got a passive whenever you roll 16 plus, shield 2. So he's all about shields and healing. I mean, he's a cleric, that makes sense. Then we've got heal 3, burn 2, and up to 2 targets, heal 2. And then because we did Chapter 1, so I upgraded one that we got one of these after Chapter 1. So I upgraded one of his melee, so I have 3 melee cubes now, and it is Self Shield 2, +2 hit, and push 3. And then he will be our defender here, so he's got +3 toughness, so I do have his health up there. You could just barely kind of see that little point there. So we have his max health at 13 now. And then we have Join the Fray, Self Shield 2, move 2, +0 hit, and prevent 3. And we've got a light weapon with him, and plate armor, which is prevent 3. And we have our focus abilities. We've got +2 hit, +1 damage, and knockdown. And healing wave, up to 2 targets, heal 3, and cleanse 1. That could be, especially when we're only playing 2-player, that could be very handy. And let's look at our other player here. Shadow. So we have Shadow here, which she's also melee. She's got Poison Blade, +3 hit, poison 1. Corrupted Nice, a +0 hit, +0 hit. Battle Focus, which is focus 1 and cleanse 1. We got Twin Throw, +0 hit, +0 hit. Those 2 double attacks are going to be handy. We have Evasion as a reaction, Self-Fatigue 1, prevent all but 1 damage. Stabbing Dash, move 3, target adjacent enemy, bleed 2, and slow. And then we got Smoke Bomb, Self-Shield 1 and Stealth. And then a passive is if you have Stealth, +2 damage. Which her only way to get into Stealth right now is that blue cube. So we'll see how much we could do that here at the beginning. However, I did upgrade her agility ability here, which is Bladed Acrobat, which we have jump 4, 3 damage, and poison 2 as a magic attack, which is great. That jump 4 can come in handy, and that poison 3 damage, that's an awesome one. And we had her be the controller. So she has this passive ability, whenever an enemy dies, self-heal 1, which I will need to try to remember. That is so hard to remember for some reason. So hopefully I'll remember that throughout the game. And then we've got Stun Enemy, which is 1 damage and stun, and Gravity Push, 2 damage, and push 3. So we've got these 3 magic attacks, and I'm hoping will come in handy pretty good here. Oh, and then we've got a light weapon for her as well, and leather armor, so prevent 2 and move 2 for another reaction. And we have for her focus attack, so actually both only cost 2, which is a little different than most characters. We have Blinding Strike, which is a +2 hit, bleed 4, and Blade Dice, up to 2 targets, bleed 2, and slow. So if we want to either bleed more, or if we want to smack 1 and bleed 4, or for our focus attacks there. There we have our heroes. Let's go ahead and jump on in to Chapter 2 here. Let's go ahead, we're going to go ahead and listen to this. So if you don't want the story, you could go ahead and skip. I'll have chapters down below. And let's go ahead and listen to Black River's Missing.
The caravan arrives at the town of Black River just as night falls at the end of the following day. The town is in turmoil, as the militias have been called in for the many strong arms that would be needed to build a palisade around the settlement. Having introduced yourself to the mayor, Matthias Cormac, as a volunteer adventurer, you walk alongside him as he inspects the construction of the town's defenses, learning about its problems and how you might help deal with them.
The last time we built one of these,
says Matthias, pausing to watch the work of some men,
was half a century ago, and my grandfather believed it would be the last time our people would face a wave of incursions. However, now we have no choice but to arm peasants, fishermen, and artisans against those things that have arisen in the woods.
He concludes with a heavy voice.
Almost every night, monstrosities attack us like maddened men, lassoing those who cannot fight or flee, as if capturing animals.
He explains with a frown.
I know these bastards have made their nest in James Erst's old fortress. But the 2 times I tried to fight them there, I was forced to retreat with less than half my men. However, where direct confrontation has failed, it could be that a more subtle approach will work.
Following the advice of the priest you met the day before, you offer to help, leaving early in the morning under the day's protection. The journey through the riverine forests is calm, and after a day's march you come across the ruins of the aforementioned fortress, built upon a high bluff that overlooks the mighty Black River. On another occasion, you would even be content to spend time here, enjoying a view adorned by the patina of time. The silence makes you wonder if anyone actually inhabits the place, but recent tracks that look as though heavy loads were dragged into the keep indicate that something is going on here. Without hesitating, you advance towards the fortress on the mountainside, preparing for the worst.
Dun dun dun. Alright, so for rules here, the all standard, we have the darkness hunting card. Start at side A, then we'll flip every round. It will go towards the strongest hero. We get 1 curse for a recall action. We die with the 6th curse cube or 2nd trauma cube, and we will start the setup. So here we already have the setup here, and let's jump on in now. So as you can see, we've got the setup here. We have Jaheen here, Shadow. I know this in the check is going to get in the way, but it's there just so it's all in shot. And we do have the fancy dancy initiative coin here. As you can hear, it's pretty darn thick of metal. I love it. So the first up is Jaheen. So we're going to move him 3. 1, 2, 3. He is adjacent to that piece, so we will do that interaction, of course, because that's all we can do in this room, so why wouldn't we? So we pull this up. We have this gargoyle-looking statue. Our options are we could pry the gems out, examine the parchment, pull the yellow flame torch, pull the handle, examine the running water, or pull the blue flame torch. So what I really want to do is I really want to make sure I try to play this as much as I can to the characters, right? So this is Jaheen here that is activating this. So what would a cleric do? The cleric, I feel like the cleric is that fire, right? Fire of healing. I don't know. Is there such thing as fire of healing? I'm going to pull the yellow flame torch. I'm going to see what that is. We'll do the yellow flame torch. Number 9.
It's a torch, just like any other, and the scent of oil on it is still strong, indicating that it must not have been lit so very long ago. Enchanted by the glow of the flame, you remove the torch from the wall. Figuring it could be helpful later on, you carry it with you.
Take the good quality cut torch card from the adventure deck. So here we have, it is going to be a trinket, and for a red or yellow cube, we can purge the wicked. Hey, that's actually very good for a cleric. All right, I like it actually. 2 damage and burn 4. Flip this card over. Ooh, lots of burn. I like that. So when we flip it over, if you have means to apply burn, have burn, or are adjacent to lava, as a minor action, you may flip this card over. All right, which he does have a burn ability. So hopefully we can flip this card over enough. So that is going to go right there. I just need to remember that that's down there because that's bottom right hand corner I don't normally look at. So that was his first movement, free movement there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this move 3 and focus just so I could get closer to the door. So I will focus 1 and then move 3, which really isn't far, but that way he's kind of ready for that door whenever we open up that door. He's only going to do that card right now, or that one ability. He's not going to do a second one unless he wants to battle focus. Ooh, maybe he will actually. Yep, he's going to battle focus, so he's going to get a second focus there. That cleanse doesn't do anything, but now we already have that focus attack, which is going to be sweet. All right, so now that's the end of his turn. So this will come over to Shadow, and Shadow is going to go 1, 2, 3. Then she's just going to pay a blue cube to move 3 more because she's unable to interact with it right there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then interact with this with Shadow. So here we have this gargoyle again. Now, I don't know about you guys, but an assassin, she's going for those gems. For sure. We're going to pry those gems out. We'll read number 10 here.
Impressed by their beauty, you pull out the thieves' tools and try to remove the sparkling eyes from the statue. However, you soon realize that the task will not be so easy.
Oh no, make a dexterity check. Skill challenge of difficulty 13. Each range cube you have gives you +2 to your rolls. If you follow the path of cunning, this challenge is considered successful without the need to roll. And if you look here, way down here, very small, I don't know if I can zoom in there to see, that does say path of cunning for Shadow. So we will go straight on and not have to roll. Booyah!
With the skill of an expert safecracker, you lever the gems and make them pop out of the statue's eyes. To your surprise, an irritating hiss emanates from them as they begin to heat up like embers. Then, as if they were moths to the flames, they start to orbit your hands, adding a powerful enchantment to your movements.
Write down the Fire Ruby status on your campaign log, as long as you have it, which until the next camp phase. Your spell attacks gain burn 2, and your weapon attacks gain, whenever you roll 16 plus, this attack gains burn 2. Okay, so that means this one here is going to do jump 4, 3 damage, poison 2, and burn 2. That just became super powerful. Along with these, they're stunning and burning 2, pushing and burn 2. Alright, I like that idea. Love it. All right. So we wrote that down on our ability, on our sheet there, so we don't forget about it. That was only one cube that we played. I could play a second one. I don't want to use her battle focus because I do want to be able to use her attack, double attack there. So I don't think I'm going to use her battle focus. I think I'm just going to do those two and be done with that. So we will go and we'll draw one ruin from the ruin bag. Oh, wow. That is really bad. There we go. Draw one ruin from the ruin bag. We will draw one here. We got a blue one, and it's a big old fat U shape. Now, this comes into that very love-hate thing I feel like with this game, because technically, this is how it would go, right? In the very first game. However, because the new rules say if it could break down and get closer or under the hero, it will. So instead of placing this tile that, it told us to, you're actually not going to put it down. And you're just going to go 1, 2, and 3. And we'll put her back down. And that means Shadow does have to take 2 damage. We'll go 1, 2. So she's down to 8 damage. And I understand it all. I'm not going to get into it, but that is the new rule. All right. So let's go ahead and come back to Jaheen here. And Jaheen, of course, is going to open this door.
Advancing through the door, you reach an underground chamber far from any light, which in the past served the fortress as an armory. Within, lurking among the shadows, lay more of those unearthed skeletons and also people? With an errant appearance and demeanor, to say the least, you wonder if you could still regard them as such. What was going on here? Could there be someone behind all of this like there was when you faced a similar situation just a few weeks ago?
Alright, so here we have the setup. We have the skeleton archers on rotten flesh. So we have the standard skeleton archer here. He's going to go above the blue, and he's going to multi-shot 2 and poison 1 for 3 damage and a movement of 4. And then we have the rotten flesh. He's going to go below red. He's going to do covetous, bleed 1 and knockdown, 3 movement and 4 damage. All right, and then we have trapdoor thunder. When this door is opened, right after completing its setup, if any hero has shadowed barrier thunder status on their campaign log, they must erase it and nothing happens. We do not. Otherwise, if no hero has it, a trap is triggered and each hero must make an agility skill challenge of difficulty 11. Each agility cube they have gives them +2 to the bonus. Heroes who fail the check suffer 2 non-preventable damage and stun. Oh, snap. So, let's see. So, Jaheen opened the door, so we'll have Jaheen roll first. And he did get a 17, which is good. And then Shadow. Shadow does have 2 green cubes, actually, so she does have a +4 to this. We got to get above 11. Oh, that is an 8. And she has that +4, which is a 12, which that means she doesn't get it. Booyah. Heck yeah. All right. Ain't no thunder gonna get me. Alright, so what do we want to do here? So, Jaheen hasn't even moved yet. So, he is going to go... I'm going to have him go 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And face to face with that rotten flesh. And then I am going to do my protective light. So, I'm going to shield 2. +2 hit and burn 1. So, this has a +2 hit. 12, that is a hit, and a burn 1, and this was the blue guy, so we've got 1, 2, 3 damage, and a burn 1. Now, for my second one, is I'm going to do this repelling strike, which once again, self-shield 2, he's already got 4 shields on here, and +2 hit, and a push 3. We've got another +2 hit here. That is 15. Oh, so close. Oh, I get 16 plus when I've done anything. Anyway, so we got 15. So that means we do another 3 damage to him. So we got 1, 2, 3. He's down to 6 health. And If you look here, he's going to push 3. 1, 2. He gets pushed into the fire, meaning that he does get another burn 2. So we'll add burn 2, so that means he's going to get burned for 3 on his turn. However, that was his second cube action here. So we're just going to end there, I believe. We come up here, and it is the skeleton archer's turn. So he's going to try to get both of us, and he is ranged for 3 damage and has 4 movement. So it does say that they will always prioritize hitting the heroes versus hurting themselves. So there's no way for him to hit both of us and not be in the fire, right? Because any place on here, he can't attack us because we are adjacent to him because of his range. So he is just going to take 1 step down, which he is going to take 2 burn. As you can see, he is the yellow guy. So we'll put 2 burn on him. Burn you, burn for everyone. However, now he is going to attack both of us for 3 damage. So he will just soak it up with his shields because that's what Jaheen does. However, Shadow is not so fortunate here. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to, one of my yellow ones, I might regret that. I might regret that. Oh well, prevent 2 and move 2. So I do take 1 damage. And because I take 1 damage, I also have to take 1 poison, which he gave me. So I'll take 1 poison. However, that is it for the skeleton archer. So we'll move this over to Shadow, and we'll have Shadow go. Beginning of her turn, she does have to take 1 damage for that poison. We're already down to 6 health. Not so good here. Let's go ahead. What we're going to do, we're going to go 1, 2, right there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use this red cube here to do a twin throw. So I have a double hit here. Now, my first one is I am going to aim for that guy. Because if I hit him, he's got 3 burn on him. So if I hit him once, he will die at the beginning of his activation. So if I hit him, my second one is going to go after the skeleton archer. If I miss, then my second one will go after him again, obviously. So let's go ahead and roll here. This is a +0/+0. That definitely is a miss. Come on, I wanted to hurt that skeleton archer again. 17. Okay, let's go. Which actually that doesn't do anything because it does burn him 2 again. So technically he will get 1 more burn. You can't have more than 4 at once. So he will get 1 more burn and 3 damage. So he is definitely going to burn to death. However, I was not able to hit him with my second one, which makes me mad. But that's okay because, so for my second action here, I think I'm actually going to do this guy here. Jump for 3 damage and poison 2 and burn 2 because it's this thing. Ooh, actually. All right. Check this out. So that's what I'm doing. Jump 4, 3 damage, poison 2. So jump 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. But now because it is a green cube, it's any range. I don't have to be adjacent. So I'm going to do 3 damage, poison 2 to this guy. However, because I have that ruby, what is it called? Fire ruby. He also gets burned 2. So check this out. So he's going to take 3 damage, 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to take 2 poison, and then he's going to take 2 burn. And look at that. That right there, 2, 4, 6. He's at 6 health, therefore he will die on his activation. Booyah! Alright, I feel good about this, guys. Feel very, very good about this. That was my second cube action, so that ends my turn there. And this will come down to the rotten flesh. As already stated, this one will take 4 damage, and he will die. Now I'm going to remember that whenever an enemy dies, I get to heal 1, so she'll go back up to 7. And then this guy is a goner. Booyah. However, this one is untouched, therefore he will do some stuff. Alright, so he has Covetous, which is the one with the most resource tokens. And as you can see, she has 1. He has 3, so he will go after Jaheen, and then he'll bleed 1 and knock down and do 4 damage. So let's see what we can do there. Haha, look at that. We got 1 shield left. That means we have 3 more incoming. I'll take this blue to block 3. That means I don't get touched. That means none of that happens. Oh, he did go, sorry. 1, 2. He did move 2 to get up to him because he is melee, sorry. Now that all happened, he blocked it all, and that is it. That was an amazing first turn, or first round at least. But now this is gonna go, we have to draw 2 runes here. And we're all gonna die in the darkness. Boom, we've got a orange little T, which actually is going to place on the board because it cannot get closer to him with 3. Yeah, so actually that will place on the board and not actually get him. That is surprising. That doesn't happen very often. All right, and the second one is red, and the small one, which, I mean, anything was going to get him anyways because he was 1 away. So he really was not blocking that second one. We're actually going to put that like that because we can. However, that does mean Jaheen is going to take 2 damage. 1, 2, so he's all the way down to 11. I think we're doing okay, guys. Now this does come back over here to Jaheen, and Jaheen does get to go. So we are already adjacent, but we are on top of darkness. So I don't know what we want to do here. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Join the fray. We're going to shield 2 because that's what Jaheen does. Then we're going to move 2. So that means I could go 1, 2, so I can move out away from that darkness. And then I get to +0 hit. So let's go ahead and do that hit here. 17 again. That means he gets to shield another 2 because of that 16 plus there. He is the pink guy. So pink will lose 3 health. He'll go down to 9 health. However, as you can see, he's got no more cubes. So he will have to take an unwilling recall here. And he's going to take a curse cube. So I'm using white cubes for curse cubes just because the black ones you can't see in here. And I'm gonna mark off his up to 2 targets, heal 2. I'm gonna block that one off here. And now I still have 1 more attack here. And I am gonna do this one again. Self shield 2, which doesn't do anything. But a +2 hit and a push 3. So we have a +2 to this hit. 17, no way. This dice like this thing. Oh, actually, if you noticed, I am not using the one that comes with Chronicles of Drungaor. I am dead set in belief that that die is not balanced because I roll horribly with it. This one, however, I might not be balanced either, but it rolls a lot better for me, so I'll take it. All right, so we are doing 3 damage to him. So we got 1, 2, 3 more. But then I get to push 3, so he's going to go 1, 2. Once again, goes into the burn pit, so he will take 2 burn there. But that is the last thing I could do there. Yep, so that is everything for Jaheen. Therefore, the skeleton archer will go. But if you remember, the skeleton archer is going to take 6 damage at the beginning of his turn. And die. Going to remember here to kill 1 for someone dying. Skeleton Archer is just going to come off the board and not do anything on its activation. Oh yeah. So this goes away and it is Shadow's turn. So how does that work? 2 damage and push 3. When I'm this far away, which direction do I push him? I don't know, but I'm doing that because that's gonna do exactly what I want. Oh, I love this game. Alright, so I am gonna do gravity push, 2 damage and push 3. So I'll do 2 damage, 1, 2, and then I will push 3, which kind of in this direction, 1, 2, 3. However, he did move in it, and it is someone else's turn. Therefore, he does take 2 more burn. And look, ladies and gentlemen, 4 burn, 4 health. He is a goner. Oh, you can't even see that. He's so far away. Look at that. Yeah. So I pushed him that way, so he was here. And so we got 1, 2, 3. So because he stepped in that, that's where he got that 2 more burn. He is definitely going to die on his next activation. So now Shadow is going to interact with this table here. And here we have this table. So we got pick up axe, pick up the shield, pick up the crossbow, search the open drawer, search the locked drawer, and pick up the light blade. So I'm going to have the Shadow do the little, well, not the Shadow do the assassin thing and search the locked drawer. Number 18.
Curious about what might be hiding in a locked drawer, you examine the lock and weigh your options with your thieves' kit.
Make a dexterity skill check of difficulty 13. Each range cube gives you +2. If you follow Path of Cunning, this challenge is considered successful without even rolling. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Path of Cunning. So we just go straight to success.
Even though the rusty lock didn't help your work, you're too skilled for it to resist you. With a few moves here and there, you hear the click of the lock being defeated and break into a small smile. A beautiful, opaque gem that seems to contain the glow of a star on its heart rests alone within.
Take the Cosmetic Gemstone 1 card from the Adventure deck. And here we have the Cosmetic Gemstone, which basically we could use it to socket an item to basically increase that. So we'll put that on her board up here, which you won't be able to see. And you can kind of see it right there. Actually, for now, I'm just going to put it there just so we remember that we have it. All right, and I have not yet moved. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, and open up this chest too. So we do have to see if it is trapped or not. Ooh, it is trapped. We get bleed 2, which is actually really not good. Oh, she was supposed to take that 1 at the beginning of her turn. And now she's got 3 that she's going to take at the beginning of next turn. Whew, that is not good, actually. But we do get to see what's in this chest. And we have Scroll of Icy Bolts. Up to 2 targets, 3 damage, and knockdown. Ooh, that knockdown can be really nice from far away. All right, I will take it. I will take it. Once again, I'm just going to put this here for now just so it's on camera and so hopefully we don't forget about it. All right, that ends. Let's see. No, she only, she did. No, she only did the one action, huh? Sweet. So I am going to do this heal 2 and cleanse 1. So 1, 2. That will take that off. Cleanse doesn't do anything, but it does get rid of that poison. And now that was my last one, so I will have to take an unwilling recall and take a curse cube, which I'm going to do this self-fatigue 1, prevent all but 1 damage right there. Now that ends her turn. So that means it is the Ron Flesh's turn. Oh, this was actually the side A that's supposed to flip. So this does flip. However, the very first thing that happens is this. So he takes 4 burn, which means he does die before his card does anything. That was the most beautiful play I think I've ever done on this chapter. And I got it on camera, so I'm happy about that. That means this is going to move to here, which we have draw 1 rune this turn. And our 1 rune is going to be a straight, green and a long straight. It is going after Jaheen. So because this long straight cannot get him, it's going to come off the board. It will break down to 3. 1, 2. And then actually the third one is going to try to go closer to the other person there. So we'll have Jaheen take 2 damage, which is non-preventable. So these shields don't do anything for that. And now we will have it be Jaheen's turn again. Oh, and this goes away. So Jaheen is going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to interact with this table. What does Jaheen want? So here's the real question. The question is should he get the axe or should he get the shield? You know, I feel like he has so much shield right now that I just don't know if he needs more shield, because I'm guessing that's just going to do more defense, and he's already got so many shields right now, right? I mean, he's got 2 shields there. He does only have the single prevent. No, he's got that prevent too. Yeah, I don't know if he needs more prevents or shields. Yeah, I'm going to go for the axe. So let's go ahead and pick up that axe. Number 13.
Certain that few things are more reliable than good heavy steel, you take the axe and risk a few swings to test its balance. Surely this formidable weapon will help you defeat the evildoers here.
Take the Bloody Axe card from the adventure deck. Alright, we have Bloody Axe. 7+3 damage, but your attacks against enemies with bleed deals double damage, which we do have a couple abilities here that can deal bleed. I don't think he has any himself. He just has some burns, but no bleeds. But also, if you see, this does say socketed, meaning if I use that cosmetic gemstone that Shadow got, I could actually flip this over. So it's 8+, but it does 4 damage, and then it still doubles your bleed against, doubles your damage with enemies with bleed on them. So we will definitely upgrade that baby. Yeah. And I am adjacent to Shadow right now, so I can actually grab an item from her. So I'm going to grab that gemstone, bring it to Jaheen, and I'm going to socket that Bloody Axe. That Bloody Axe. So he now has a 4 damage weapon, and we will discard this back to the adventure deck. All right, let's see if we can't do some bloody damage. So that was just his movement and some minor actions, free minor actions there. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to do this move 3 and focus 1. So I'll get a 3rd focus token there. That way I can go 1 and then open this door.
Going through the next door, you come across what must have been a storeroom or basement. A strange gloom lingers ahead as a monstrous creature covered in plate armor steps out of the shadows menacingly. Nearby, another figure lays still, a priest in the robes of the Church of the Setting Sun, in such a frail state that you can't tell whether he is dead or alive, resting in the corner of the wall.
Alright, so here we have the setup. We have a standard Shadow Knight, which will go above gray. We have a White Monster Walking Horror alternate that will go below red. And we have a standard Executioner, which will go below green. The question is, so Jaheen's here. He's got, what, one more move? Yeah, basically one more move, because he's going to lose one here. So he could take 1 step in, but that is not going to do much. And the problem is here, is the Shadow Knight can move 2, and he's going to strike 2. So that means he's going to go 1, 2, and then he will be able to hit both of these. So maybe I'll just run away here back just so I don't get hit, but I could actually help Shadow not get hit. So I moved 1, 2, 3 for that movement from that ability there. I did forget it. That last guy died after last time, so I was supposed to heal 1. Now I'm back up to 10. That was very well. Dang, yeah, I really can't do anything right now, can I? Ooh, yes I can. Heal 3, burn 2. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. Heal my 3. I will burn 2. Who do I want to burn? I think I'm actually going to try to burn this blue guy. Or should I just... No. I'm going to burn the big guy. He is not immune to burn. So I'm going to burn green, because he's got that green base. So we've got burn 2 there. And that was from that. And he healed. All right, that is his turn. So it is going to be the Shadow Knight's turn now. So the first thing he's going to do is actually shield 1. But first he will take the 2 damage from the burn. So he's down to 13. But he will take a shield 1, which we are going to have to try to remember. But then we have strike 2, or he's going to move 2, strike 2, and knock down on 4 damage. So he's going to move 1, 2. However, so he's only adjacent to Shadow now. So he's only attacking Shadow for 4 damage. So she is going to use a green one here to prevent 2 and move 2. However, I don't really need to move 2, so I'm not going to move 2. So that does leave 2 more coming in, but I'm going to have him use this red one here to prevent 3 at a red range, which a range 1, so I can do that. So that means she takes no damage. And that ends the Shadow Knight's turn. That means Shadow will now go. So Shadow, this is why I didn't want her to move. First, she's going to take the 2 damage from the bleed, and then the bleed gets discarded. Now, I'm actually going to start with a ranged attack here, which is going to be my double hit here. It is +0 though. So we'll see what we can do here. We got a 9, that is a hit. And second one, 17, yes! That means it 16 plus it gets a burn 2. So we hit twice. 1, 2, 3 for the first one. 1, 2, 3 for the second one. Except for we went back up to 8 because he does have the shield that I almost forgot about. And he will take 2 burn from that. Heck yeah. And that was just 1 attack here. Now I'm going to move just 1 forward here. And now she's going to do a melee attack here. Never mind. She's not going to move yet. What she is going to do though, is she's going to use this to do this guy here, which is jump 4, which she'll just move 1. But then 3 damage. We'll go 1, 2, 3. So down to 5 health. And then because this will also be a poison 2. So he'll also get poison 2. So he's got 3 burn and 2 poison, which is 5, so that means at the beginning of his next activation, he will die. So that does take care of the Shadow Knight on his next activation, and that is everything that she will do on her turn. So I have those left, because she did those 2, yep. However, now the Executioner is going to go, but as you can see, the Executioner has 4 movement, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he is melee, so he cannot get there. So that is his turn. So then we will go to the Walking Horror, and as you can see, he's got 3 movement, so he's just going to go 1, 2, and he actually can't get closer because these guys are in the way. So that's all he's going to do. So this is going to come here. We're going to draw 2 ruins, and we've got an orange little elbow, and Jaheen is the strongest still, so it will go after him. He will take 2 damage, so he will go down to 10. Now this one is going to go after Shadow. We got a big L, that's black, with a gray one, and the big L will actually fit perfectly right here, and it will get her. So she will go down 2 damage, will down to 6. All right, we'll flip that over, and it is Jaheen's turn again. All right, that actually really kind of sucks, actually, because this has kind of blocked us from coming in there. So that means he's going to have to go through darkness again to get to this guy. But I really don't have a choice here. All right, well, I am going to move 1, 2, 3. Because I went through darkness, I will have to take 2 more damage, so I'm down to 8. But now I am adjacent to this guy, so I'm going to start attacking him. So I will do a shield, so I will do this shield 2, which actually doesn't do anything, but +2 hit and a burn 1. So I have to be 8 plus now. However, I do have that +2. 13, that's a hit. That is the blue guy there. So that is 4 damage. So he goes from 12 down to 8. And he does get burn 1 because we are a burning machine this game. And then I have basically 1 ability here. Yeah, so I'm going to come here. Heal 3. So I'll go back up to 11 and +0 hit. Once again, we need an 8 plus. 11 will do it. That is 4 more damage. He'll go 8 down to 4. Man, 4 damage doesn't seem like very much, but that just seemed like so much more having that 1 extra. So basically I did 2 extra damage that turn, which, yeah, that really feels like a lot. All right, so that is Jaheen's turn. However, he will do an unwilling recall here, and that means he has to take another curse, which we're going to cover up this Hill 3 burn 2. Oh man, I forgot about this guy. I forgot about that guy again. You can't really see that on camera of what it does, but that's 2 damage and burn 4. And I'm right, I should have done it while I was over here, because if I'm adjacent to fire, I get to flip this card back over and use it again. Dang it. Oh well, too late now. So they'll go Jaheen to Shadow Knight. However, if you remember, the Shadow Knight has 5 damage, or 3 burn and 2 poison, so he'll take 5 damage and he will die. That means she gets to go up from 6 back up to 7. That means this Shadow Knight is a goner, and so is his card, and it is Shadow's turn. Alright, so Shadow is not within range of anyone. So for my free movement, I'm just going to come right here. 1, 2, 3, right there. Then I'm going to do 2 damage and push 3 to this guy actually. So push won't really do anything, but I will do 3 damage to him. 1, 2, 3. And technically I do 2 burn, but he's going to die anyways. And then I'm going to do 1 damage and stun to the yellow guy. So we'll do 1 damage and stun, so he cannot attack me this next turn. And I'm going to leave it at that. So we'll come here to the Executioner. However, as we already know, the Executioner is going to die. And because he died, Shadow will go up to 8. And then this will come over to the Walking Horror. However, the Walking Horror won't even move, so he doesn't need to move because he's already adjacent. Well, I guess no, he's Relentless. Who does he go after? So Relentless is the one with the fewest action cubes. She has 1. He has all of them, so it is going to be Shadow. So he's not going to move, and he is stunned. So all he does is remove that stun token instead of attacking, and that is his turn. And as you can see here, this will come up to draw 1 rune. Not a ruin, a rune. And we get an orange little ziggy zaggy. Oh no. Well, actually, this is what we could do here. So, orange little ziggy zaggy here. So if we can't, yes, here we go, like that. I was hoping I didn't have to get Shadow, because it could have, but it does not have to, because it only goes after the strongest hero. It does not take into account anyone else until that hero is on top of. Therefore, he is going to take 2 damage, goes back down to 9. This card will flip over up here, and we'll go back to Jaheen. So Jaheen is going to go 1, 2, 3. Then he is finally going to do this guy. Oh, here, maybe I'll put it up here. There you go. That way you can see it better. I'm going to do this, which is 2 damage and burn 4. So we will do 1, 2 damage and burn 4 there. However, now I do have to flip this card over. And so the next time I do some type of burn ability, I can flip that card back over. Or if I wanted to run all the way back here to this burn, I could also do that. But I'm not going to do that. And then for my second ability, I'm going to move 3 and focus 1. So I get my 4th focus there. And I'm going to move 3, 1, 2. And I'm going to open up that chest, see if it is trapped. Yes, it is not trapped. Let's go ahead and see what this chest has for us. We have another scroll of icy bolts. I shuffled, I swear I did. Up to 2 targets, 3 damage, and knockdown. So we'll place this here. Hopefully we won't forget it. And this goes away there. Now the question is, does he open the door? Because I know that sounds crazy, but because Shadow has so many magic attacks, even if I can't get there, I still might be able to do something to people over here. And just because the darkness is killing us. So how about let's just go, oh yeah, let's risk it for the biscuit, right? Jaheen opens the door.
Stepping forward again, you find yourself in a ruined chamber where thick columns rise to the ceiling, flanking a statue of a woman standing on a pedestal. Around her, a few more of those tormented people hum their dirge in a language you don't know, immersed in a kind of ritual. Tattered clothes, lost boots, and tools lie scattered everywhere, leading you quickly to conclude you have been fighting Black River's missing all along.
All right, so we got a big old setup here. So what we drew, we only added 2 monsters, but 4 of them. So the 2 that we got is a Shadow Cultist. However, it's going to be the flip side. And as you can see, just prepping up here. After the 2 weakest monsters heal 3. So these, every other turn, or every other round, they're going to be healing other people. So that's going to suck. So he goes above red. And then we have the Bone Reaper alternate as well, which is going to go below gray. All right, and that was the end of his turn, because that was my second one to get that focus. That probably was not the smartest idea, but that's all right. Because now it is the Shadow Cultist turn, and they're going to move 4. So this one's going to go first. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are ranged, however, that's nothing. And who do they go after? They're going after Relentless, which actually, Relentless once again is the least amount of cubes, so that is going to be Shadow. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. All right, that wasn't too bad. Actually, that wasn't too bad. At least not yet. However, this is going to flip, and so they won't do anything. They'll just going to heal everyone. So if I do damage, I need to make sure I do a lot of damage or no damage at all. All right, so we have Shadow here. I'm going to have her go 1, 2, and then I'm going to come up here and do, I only need her to hit, so they're going to do 4, so I only need her to hit once. However, I want to be safe, and I'm going to do my double hit here, just to be safe. 5, yep, see, that's a miss. Which, so we'll go again. 17, there we go. Once again, that 17 actually does nothing because they're already at full burn, but will do 3 damage there. Oh, he needed to do 3. Anyways, yep, so we're right there. So he will die at the beginning of his activation. So now she's going to have to take a unwilling recall here and take another cube here, which I know it kind of sucks, but I think I'm going to do this stealth one. So for my second action, I'm going to do this 2 damage and push 3, and I'm actually going to do it to this guy. So he goes push 3, 1, 2, 3. So he kind of goes away a little bit, or further away, and not get to us too soon. So that was the red guy, so he'll take 1, 2 damage. But because it was a spell attack, I'll do another 2 burn. However, that was my second attack. I could use this, but I don't think I want to right now, because the only one that's going to get to me right now is that Shadow Cultist. Ooh, and that Shadow Cultist will get to us. So that means I need to do some attacking there. Oh no, but they're gonna heal not after they die. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna have to do something. Okay, so it is the Walking Horror's turn. However, he is going to take that 4 burn and die, which does mean Shadow goes up to 9. This will be put away. That will be put away. And that means it is the Bone Reaper's turn now. They have a movement of 3. So they're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. However, we are gonna have 2 runes to draw here. We have a big zigzag gray, and it is still going after Jaheen. Yes, it is. Yep, so it is going to be placed like that, because if we broke it down to 3, 1, 2, 3, this is actually technically closer. So that first one will be put right there. Ooh. That's nice it didn't get us, but it takes up a lot of the board. And then we have a U-shape orange, which that is not going to fit on, will fit on the board there, but it's trying to get Jaheen. See, this is so annoying, because that is going to break down in 3. And so the first one gets put here, and we'll get Jaheen. And the second one actually is going to come and grow here and get Shadow. So Jaheen will go down from 9 to 7. She'll go from 9 to 7. And we'll flip this over, and it is Jaheen's turn. All right, so what we need to do is get rid of this guy for sure. So I'm going to come 1, 2, like that. So I'm adjacent, and I'm above him, so I get a +2 to my hits. Ooh. I'm going to do this one here. Shield 2, which doesn't shield, +2 hit, and burn 1. Because I get to burn 1, this is going to flip back over. I love that thematicness there. I burn, I can relight my torch. I love it. So I have a +2 to this hit. 8. That's exactly what I need. Well, I guess I have my +2. But, so that is 4 damage to the pink guy here. So 9 down to 5. So I'm actually going to do my shield bash. I'm going to spend 2 of that focus, +2 hit, +1 damage, and knockdown. But that +1 damage means I'm going to do 5 damage, which will kill the pink guy, which I do need to kill at least one of them. I do have a +2 to this. 14, that is a hit. That means I will do 5 damage there, which means I do get to heal 1 there up to 8. Means this one's a Gonzer. That bloody axe being with that gem is amazing. Alright, so that was good, I did that. But I still have 1 more cube because that was a focus action. So maybe actually I'll try to get one of the focus back and kind of run away, because he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm actually going to run away here. Oh no, that's my runaway. So I'm going to heal 2 and cleanse 1. So 1, 2. I'm going to cleanse 1 there. I think that is it for Jaheen's turn. So luckily, only one of these are going to go. So 2 of them heal up to 3. We'll go over here. He'll go 1, 2, and they can't heal above their starting health. So yeah, that red one just went back up. And now it is Shadow's turn. So Shadow is still all the way back there. What do we want to do with her? Yeah, let's try to get rid of that red guy there. We're going to do this. We're going to jump for 3 damage and poison 2. So I'm going to jump for 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't want her to get hit. So I lied. I'm going to move first. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to do my jump for 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter. 3 there. And then I do 3 damage and poison 2 to the red guy again. So I'll go 1, 2, 3 and poison 2. Then let's do my corrupted knives here. Corrupted attack. Corrupted knives. Double attack. Ooh, 8. That's 1 hit. 17. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down to 3 damage. He actually does get another burn too because I got 16 plus, but he's dead anyways when he activates, which is exactly what I wanted. However, what I did not want is now she is going to be the target of that attack because he could get to her now, which does kind of suck, but I guess I don't know what else I could do. So that will end Shadow's turn, and now it is the Bone Reaper. Bone Reaper does have 3 movements, and we'll go 1. Well, actually, the red one's going to go first, but the red one's going to obliterate and die of burn and poison. But because he does that, what happens is I heal 1, bloop, up to 9. And then the green guy goes 1, 2, 3. It is Bloodseeker, which actually would go after me right now, but it doesn't matter. He's the only one. I'm the only one that he could get to. Cleave 2 doesn't matter. Bleed X and Intimidate 1. And he is on the gray, and we actually have 2, so he's gonna do Bleed 2 to me and Intimidate 1. Can he help me? No, he cannot, because he doesn't have any range cubes, and I'm 2 range away, and so he doesn't have any magic cubes. I mean, dang, but that didn't work. So I will have her use this melee cube to prevent 2, so that means I still take 4 or 2 and then 2 bleed and Intimidate 1. Dang. All right, but I do get to move 2 if I so desire. Maybe I do so desire. 1, 2. Yes, I do so desire, so I can maybe get one of those. All right, cool. That is Bone Reaper's turn. Now we will draw 1 rune. One rune. We have a red zigzag, small zigzag, and that is definitely not going to fit on the board here, so it will go 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, you couldn't see that. Throw it 1, 2, 3, because that third one's coming after the person not on darkness. That means Jaheen is going to take 2 damage. Man, he's out of the shield, but he keeps taking damage. That dang darkness. All right. However, now we flip this over, and it is Jaheen's turn. All right, Jaheen needs to come over and obliterate some of these guys. I should have put bleed on one of them, so he could have doubled it. Oh well. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and all he has is this. Ooh. I love this join the fray. It helps so much. So self shield 2, which does nothing, but I do get to move 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2 like that and attack that guy for +0. Oh, yeah, that's a 2 there, not a 12. That's a 2. That is a complete miss. All right. However, now can't do anything with this. So for I guess I will just do a focus 1 and cleanse 1. So I'll get another focus back. I'll cleanse this one, which actually I'll just put right back because I need to take an unwilling recall. But I did that. Oh, guys, on my setup, I completely forgot about this dead priest. Oh, well, I can't really go back from that because if something happens, that could have changed everything. I'm just gonna say I miss out on it. Oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. I am so sorry. So sorry. That sucks. Well, all right. So Jaheen really needed to come and try to take care of one of these guys. However, he does 0 damage to either one of them. All right. It is now the Shadow Cultist's turn. He does have range, so he does not need to move whatsoever. But he does have Relentless. He's got Relentless, so he will go after the one with the fewest cubes. He just did a recall, so she definitely has the fewest cubes, which sucks. So Poison 1, Fatigue 1, and 4 damage coming in. Dang, 4 damage on a rookie? Alright, so I actually don't have any reactions. Because these are my only 2 reactions and I don't have it. So let's see what he could do. He can help me at least. So as you can see, I am 1 ranged away. So I can do this, prevent 3. So I will only take 1 damage at least. So then I also take Fatigue 1, and Poison 1. Jeez Louise, she's hurting. Alright, however, it is finally her turn. Let's see what she wants to do here. We're already 1 away. Can I do 12? Nope. So at the beginning of her turn, she does take 3 damage, which takes her down to 3. The bleed goes away, but not the poison. So I'm going to do my twin throw here to actually hit this green guy here. So I've got 2 plus zeros. Ooh, 16! Yes! Alright, so that's 3 and 2 burn. Second attack, 7. Oh. So 6 damage and 2 burn. That was the green, so 6 damage, 12 down to 6, and 2 burn. And then I am going to have to do an unwilling recall here. Ooh, man, I'm getting a lot of curse cube. I'm going to block off. Once again, that's the only thing I could do with stealth, so might as well block that one off, right? I can't use it. And I'm going to use a green to do 2 damage and push 3. I'm going to do 3 damage to this, or 2 damage to this guy, and then push 1, 2, 3. And that means I did 2 damage, 1, 2. But because it was a magic attack, it is another burn 2, therefore he will die on his activation. Loving this burn. That has been so good. That ruby fire thing, I wish I could always have that. Because that has been amazing. Alright. Oh, no. Oh, no, I had this. That means... Oh, my plans are foiled. That means he's up 1. Because that was supposed to go, like, away. I thought I was so cool. Dang. Actually, in that case, I'm going to go back because I thought I was going to kill him. You hear that 6. The only thing I'm going to do different here is I'm going to use this stun. So instead of moving him, I just do 1 damage and stun and burn 2. So he'll just take that 1 damage, which actually will take him down to 6 because that 3 was one of those... When he went from 6 to 12 to 6, he was supposed to go down to 7. So that 1 damage will take him down to 6 and that burn 2. But that will give him the stun that I need, which is actually perfect because then he won't attack and the next round he'll die because the burn will still be there. Perfect. All right. However, she is going to search this chest here. Let's see if it's trapped. No way. It is not trapped. Thank you very much. And we have... Scroll of Incinerate, 2 damage and burn 4. Which is normally great, but we have so much burn 4 stuff. And you only can put so much burn. So we'll put this one right here so we don't forget about it. She does have her 2 spots full though, just to note. Now that's the end of her turn. The Bone Reaper is going to come and not attack and take 4 damage and flip one of those over. So he'll go down to 2 health, and then he doesn't attack and he won't move because he's already adjacent. Oh, and he's actually Bloodseeker, so he is going to move 1 space here, be next to me, but still not attack. And then we are drawing 2 runes. Oh, joyous. We have a long straight blue, which is going after Jaheen. It's right there. So Jaheen will go from 7 down to 5. Whew, buddy. And the next one is orange and a big old funky one, which actually is probably one of the worst ones just because it covers so much real estate. Oh no, Shadow's gonna die because that hurts too. She's down to 1 health. Oh snap. So that means Jaheen has to heal her. Okay, so this gets flipped over there, and it is Jaheen's turn. So Jaheen is still sitting over here with 4 shields and 5 health, but alright, so he definitely needs to heal. So I'm gonna move her first. I'm gonna go 1, 2. I do have to take 2 more damage, but I'm gonna do this heal 3, and I'm gonna heal Shadow for 3. And then I have a +0 hit, but I'm actually still on darkness, so I actually have a -2 to this hit. Yeah, and it's just a single hit. Oh, no way. Really? I don't even need it because he's only got 2 health. And I just freaking get a nat 20 and I can't even get shields. Alright, that was the lamest nat 20. Now, if it would have been him, he would have been just about dead. Alright, however, that means he is dead, and she gets to go up 1 more. I still have 1 more cube action here. I'm gonna actually do a free action and open that up. Oh no, I can't because I'm adjacent to an enemy. So I'm gonna do this, shield 2, move 2, +0 hit, just so I can move 1 more. But I'm off the darkness at least. And then attack the Shadow Cultist at a +0. That is a 12. That's a hit. That is 4 damage from 9 down to 5. And I am going to use 2 focus to +2 hit, +1 damage, and knock down 10. That's a hit. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a kill. However, that does kill him. So she does go up 1 more. However, I cannot get that chest now because on the door, it did state that when the last turn has been defeated, the current turn is paused and you must read. So I can't, my turn is paused right now. I can't do anything and I go on to read what I'm supposed to read. So let's go ahead and read Special Event, an audience with your majesty.
As the last of your enemies falls and you finally begin to understand what is going on, you notice a passage underneath the base of the statue that appears to descend into a hidden chamber. The humming dirge continues to emerge from down there, along with a strange greenish light, and that is something new to you. You don't remember seeing such a light before, or at least not one this strong. Certainly, whatever is making people lose their minds is coming from this place, and you need to go down and confront the evildoer behind these spells to put an end to it. You descend the stairs, foot by foot, and when you step back onto solid ground, your eyes can hardly believe what you see. A sort of catacomb adorned with alchemical paraphernalia, with bones scattered everywhere, along with more of that strange tar-like substance. However, nothing draws your attention more strongly than the being that you see up ahead, leading the chant which now reverberates from the walls, like the conductor of some blasphemous orchestra. Is this the culprit you're looking for? The creature responsible for your dearest one's downfall? Could it be that in the end, as you feel in your heart and wish with all your forces, that you are just another one of his victims?
You are not welcome here, mortal.
The figure intones, its tattered robes floating into the air as he recognizes your intrusion. His voice is husky, cadaverous, and its echoes are distorted through the air unlike any sound you've ever heard.
But now that you've come, you can join us.
He completes the threat with a terrible laugh, and somehow you know that if this isn't the last thing you hear in this life, this certainly will not be the last time you hear it. Twisted by the will of the crowned skeleton before you, the bones scattered across the vast dark water mirror covering the floor reassemble and rearm themselves. A strange fog hovers around you, as if wanting to swallow you up and make you disappear into the darkness, just as it seems to have done with the passage you emerged from.
Here we have an audience with the Undead King. Here we have this beautiness of a miniature here. Awesome. Alright, we are fighting him now. The whole instruction told us to put out these attack cards. We are starting over from the very beginning, so even though the turn was paused, we are starting all the way over. Heroes were able to gain all the health back and keep any positive tokens, but they did get rid of any negative tokens. And we had a free recall and got rid of all trauma and curse cubes. I mean, we didn't have trauma cubes, but we had 4 curse cubes that we had. We had 3 on Shadow, 1 on Jaheen. For each one, we had to increase the Undead King's health by 2. So we went up to 8, and it starts at 30 per hero, so we start at 60. And we added 8 health because of the curse cubes that we had on us. And so I'm keeping it like this because the only things we're going to have on the board other than the Undead King is these minions. And their health is only 3, so that fits perfect, so we could have both of the health right there. Easy to get to. Basically, those cards will just activate when the initiative token gets to it. And so basically right now, the goal is to kill the Undead King or we die. Whichever one comes first. And so it is Jaheen's turn now. We will start right off with Jaheen. And because I've kind of played this a handful of times, I actually kept this card for this exact reason here. But it'll focus. Right? Up to 2 targets, 3 damage, and knockdown. I'm going to spend that. And as you can see, both of these guys have 3 health. So I will just kill both of them. They'll all go right down. Now we don't have to deal with them at all. At least for right now. And then I need to get... Oh, yes, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3. We are going to have to take 2 damage for getting into darkness. We go down to 11. Then I'm going to do my move 3 and focus 1. So I get that second focus there. And I get to move 3 more, which is 1, 2, 3. So I'm right adjacent to the Undead King. For my second attack here, I'm actually going to use Purge the Wicked. So I'm going to do 2 damage and burn 4. So I will do 2 damage. We're down to 66. Oh yeah, we're almost there. But he is going to get that burn 4, which I am very happy with. Right at the beginning, getting that burn on there, so it could slowly whittle him away. That was my 2 actions. However, because I'm adjacent to him now, I'm going to spend that 2 focus to do this +2 hit, +1 damage, and knock. He is immune to knockdown because he is a large character, so So knockdown won't do anything. But let's see if we can't do that +1 damage. 18, baby. Once again, that +2 isn't going to do anything. Oh, I need to get bleed on him. That's what I need to do. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, and I'm supposed to have 2 chests up there. Yep, like that. If I could get him to come crush those and get bleed, that would be perfect. So we did 4 damage to him. So that's 6 down to 62. And knockdown, but oh no, 5 damage. 5 damage because of the +1 on there. All right, so we have him down to 61 already. So close. That is all I'm going to do there. Initiative card goes to the orange, and the orange says, draw 2 runes, but do not place them on the respective darkness tiles on the board, then summon 1 skeleton archer per player minion. So basically this is just making him stronger because all of these go off the runes. We have a green one, and we have a red one. Alright, and we're summoning these 2 back onto the board that we just killed. And then we go on to the blue one. The blue one says, resolve all conditions affecting the undead king now. Yeah, that is what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 57, and we'll just flip one of those. And then he attacks all enemies that are within range 1, dealing X plus 2 damage to each. We have 2 plus 2, so that's 4 damage to anyone within range 1, which is just going to be Jaheen. However, he does have 4 shields, so he will just soak those up with the shields. Then we'll come over to the gray here. Each hero suffers curse 1, then the undead can attach each hero at any range, dealing X damage to them, which X damage is going to be 2 damage, but we each take a curse already. Alright, so we're going to put a curse on this heal there. No, actually, we're going to put it onto that burn, because that burn's not going to do us any good, most likely. And then we're going to put a curse on, I definitely need to get that bleed on him. We'll do this fatigue one there, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe one of these, because that's only, I don't know. We'll just do that. Oh, and they each take 2 damage. So I'm going to block with the blue one, prevent 3, so that blocks all of that. And then with his or her shadows, we're going to do a blue. No, I'm going to do a melee, prevent 2 and move 2. So I prevented the 2, but also I'm going to move 2. And now it is finally Shadow's turn. All right, so for Shadow's turn, yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. For my first one, I'm going to go here, jump 4, 3 damage. I'm going to jump 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 3 damage to the big guy. 1, 2, 3. Because it is a magic attack, it is burn 2, which just puts him back up to 4. But it's poison 2, but he is immune to poison, so he does not take that poison, sadly. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I went right here. Because it was agility, I didn't have to be adjacent to him, but I'm right there. Because then what I want to do is my twin throw here, which is a +0 hit. So we will attack him twice here. 18. Once again, that burn doesn't do anything on this one. But that's 1 hit. Ooh, and that's not a second hit. That's a 3. So that's only 1 hit to the big guy, so he's down to 51. However, I'm going to use this one here. So I out these 2 again. So we don't have to deal with them at all. And then that was my 2 actions there. But I didn't give him bleed. Dang it. What? Why didn't I do that? Well, whatever. I'll do it next time. Alright, so that was Shadow's turn. It's now the green one. Green one which says, the Undead King jumps to the strongest hero's area. Each character in that area is thrown into the darkness pool. So that is Jaheen. He's going to go there. He's going to get thrown anywhere into this darkness pool we can choose. So I'm actually going to go all the way over there. I might want to come up here and get that chest. I don't know. And then he does take 2 damage for being in that dark. Now it is the red one. However, all the red one says is activate all the minions. There are no minions. And we come up over here to Jaheen's turn. Alright, so what does Jaheen actually want to do here? So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All right, I go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to open up that chest. This might be a mistake, but it might help me. I don't know. Ooh, bleed 2. I don't want bleed. I want him to have bleed. So there's bleed 2. But what do I get here? And we get a potion of preparation, self-focus 2 and cleanse 1. Okay, that actually could be very handy. So that was just my movement. Now I'm going to do this and go join the fray, so self-shield 2 and move 2, so I can come here adjacent to him. And then +0 hit. I still don't have any bleed on him, so this is still a normal hit. Oh, and I totally missed, so that doesn't even happen. Man, now I miss, and now it comes to the bad guy and big boss guy, and I'm missing all of these. Alright, so that was just 1 action there. So I'm going to do the repelling strike, so I get a +2 shield, and at least I get a +2 hit to this. 14, there we go. So 14, which is 4 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We are down to 47. All right. Not that far down. And that was my 2 actions. I could use this right now, but I think I want to give it to Shadow next turn. So we'll have that end his turn. So we have the orange, which summons, which I draw 2 more runes. We have a gray and a red, and we spawn 2 more of these guys once again. However, I can't get rid of them as easy this time. Then resolve all conditions affecting the undead king, which is 4 burn. So we'll go to 47 to 43, and we'll flip one of those over. However, all enemies within 1 are attack 2, or X, which is 2 plus 2. That's 4 damage to both of us. So once again, Jaheen will just soak that up with the shields. However, Shadow, oh no, Shadow can't do anything. So in that case, he's got 1 red left. He will do a prevent 3 for him, for her. So she will just take 1. And as you can see, he is within range 1 of Shadow, so he can do that. That was lucky. But he does have to do an unwilling recall, which is going to give him another curse cube, which we'll put it right there. Which sucks, because now each hero suffers 1 curse. So we'll take another one. I'm going to do it on this heal 3 shield 2. I don't think I'm going to use that right now. For Shadow, I'm actually going to do this, because this is just 1 damage and stun, which actually does nothing for the Undead King right now, other than 1 single damage. Alright, and now it is Shadow's turn. Alright, so we got Shadow back here, hiding behind the Undead King a little bit. So I'm going to have her move here for her free movement. So she's adjacent to Jaheen, so she's going to have Jaheen give this to her, and then actually use that right away. So she gets 2 focus and a cleanse 1, which actually probably would have been better for Jaheen, but whatever. And then she's going to go here, self shield 1, which I guess helps, and stealth, which then I'm going to do a melee, like corrupted knives here, plus 0. But this has a plus 2 damage because now I'm in stealth. Also, when you're in, oh no, he's immune to stealth. Ugh, rewind. I don't want to do all that. He's immune to stealth, meaning if he's immune to stealth, that means that usually when you do a stealth, you get double attack. Alright, I had some technical difficulties. There's no way I could go back and show you what happened. But let me show you where I'm at. So I lost it on Shadow's turn. So from Shadow's turn over to Jaheen's to here. So it's almost only 1 round, but a lot happened on Shadow's turn. So what Shadow ended up doing was she used, instead of using that stealth because stealth doesn't work, we used corrupted knives and this move 3, bleed 2, and slow. Also, Shadow here actually came up and got that chest and came back. And with that chest, we drew this card, which we get to draw 3 from the deck, top 3 from the camp deck. And what we drew was this light thornmail that self-prevent 3 and retaliate 2. But it is plate armor, so we'll have to give it to Jaheen. So we'll just have that in her pack right now. So only hurt the Undead King, 5 or 6 or 7 damage. However, on Jaheen's turn, because he dealt that bleed on him, or because she dealt the bleed on the Undead King, Jaheen had an amazing one where he attacked twice, hit twice, got to the shields, burned it again, but because he was bled, that's 8 damage, so he did 16 damage. So, and then we just barely did this card where we resolve everything, and he had 4 burn and a bleed, and 2 bleed, so he did 6 more damage, which has brought us down to 15 health. I apologize for doing that, but there's no way I could go back to show you what happened. I apologize. But, so now you're back on track. We are here. If you look, Jaheen is at 3 health. Shadow is at 6 health. So both pretty close to dying here. And we still only have 2 runes, so 2 plus 2. So 4 damage to anyone within range 1, which is going to be both of us. So 3 damage to both of us, or 4 damage to both of us. Jaheen, once again, is going to soak it up with his shield, which has saved his butt this whole time. Shadow cannot do anything. So Jaheen is going to save her by preventing 3. So she only gets hurt 1. However, now we each take 1 more curse. So he's going to take this curse. This is his 4th curse on this move 3 and focus 1. She's going to take this curse and put it on her stealth because that's pointless now that I realized. And then we each going to take, there's 4 of these now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we each take 4 more damage. And Jaheen cannot block it. So Jaheen is down. Yeah, because he's got no prevents. Yeah, so Jaheen is down. He's got no defense. Shadow also has no defense. So she goes from 5 down to 1 health. Alright, and now it is Shadow's turn. So, we only need to do 15 damage here. That's it. That's it. Easy. However, I do have a blue cube that I can do nothing with. Oh, man. Well, maybe I'll do... Yeah, so I guess what I'll do the 2 damage and push 3, which doesn't do the push, but at least does 2 damage. And then I'm going to use Scroll of Incinerate, which is 2 damage and burn 4, which once again, the burn 4 doesn't do anything, but it's at least another 2 damage. I guess the burn does another 2 damage, but the burn 4 does put that back up to 4, I guess. And then I am still adjacent to him, so I'm going to spend this focus to do a +2 hit and bleed 4. I have a +2 to this hit. 7, so that is 3, and so 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So he is down to 8 health, and I just did bleed 4. Oh, he's dead. Well, not right now. If we could survive until next round, he's dead. Or just 1 attack from Jaheen. Actually, I haven't even done any of my attacks yet. Oh, I've done 1 of my attacks. So I forgot after I used that blue cube, I was supposed to bring all of this back. Take another curse cube. I'm going to go right there because I'm not going to use stealth anyways. And then I'm going to do Corrupted Knives +0 hit +0 hit. 15, that's a hit, and 19, which is a hit. I can't do another burn, but that is 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 health. No way. 2 stinking health. All right, well that's all she wrote. So now I just gotta survive. So we'll go there. Jumps. He's actually down, so we'll jump to Shadow, throw her off, and she will get knocked down. Which actually, oh, and I have to draw 2 more runes. We've got a green and a gray. Green, gray. However, because both of my heroes are down, when it comes over here to activate all minis, they can't attack anyone, so they won't attack anyone, and it'll just come up here to Jaheen's turn. And at the beginning of Jaheen's turn, he will take regain health. He's going to put this trauma cube on this battle focus cleanse one because it doesn't really matter. He's going to do this. So he's going to step up and shield 2, move 2, 1, 2, and do this +0 hit. For the final blow here, just don't miss, Jaheen. 17, that's a hit. That is the Undead King, all the way down to 0. And Jaheen, coming up from the dead, comes up one last hit to defeat the Undead King. Alright, so because we did defeat him, we'll go to the end of the adventure, down with the king.
The fight was intense, but against all odds, you have prevailed, and your last blow seems to have hurt the creature.
You are a fighter. I'll give you that.
He says in a choked voice, and even though the decomposed form doesn't indicate any kind of expression, you could swear he was upset.
Although I feel compelled to give death to those who seek it, your audacity has entertained me. Because of that, and because I have completed what I came here to do, I will call our meeting closed. But this will not be the end of our history.
You continue to contemplate the dreadful figure, imagining that you are ready for a second round. However, your body falters, your sight blurs, and you fall to your knees. You aren't doing so well yourself.
The darkness has come, mortal. The time of the Darenians is over, and I, at last, will wear the crown that is my due. Return to your people with the life I took and gave back to you. But let everyone know that the true king, the Undead King, has arrived.
And these are the last words you hear before you fall into unconsciousness. Suddenly, you wake up in an inn at Black River, gasping for breath as if you were drowning. Somehow, you had managed to return to the small village, although you cannot remember how. The mayor is nearby, apprehensive but with a look of gratitude on his face. An emissary from the doctrine of the setting sun is also standing beside you, a bowl of porridge in his hand.
You did well, my fellow. Mayor Cormac has informed me of your incursion, and since that day, 2 moons ago, the rangers have reported that the old fortress has been quiet and appears to be unoccupied.
He offers you the bowl.
Whatever you did, it worked.
You discovered the tragic fate of Black River's missing, but that wasn't all, and you report everything you saw that you didn't quite understand. There was an undead king. He was bewitching and sacrificing people for a ritual, for what he only hinted. The ritual was complete. After you share those details, the envoy ponders for a moment.
This is serious. Very serious. And it can't just be between us. My fellow, I know I'm in no position to ask you for anything, but we need your help once more. I must return to the cathedral and inform the doctrine of what you have reported to me. However, I have been dispatched on another mission, also very important, that I will need you to fulfill for me. You must find the sage Thaumagar in Umbro and escort him to Valerai. His knowledge will be crucial for what is to come.
He concludes, handing you a badge and a writ. You accept the task. Now, more than ever, this has become a personal matter for you. The path to your redemption seems to lie in helping your people fight and finding the truth behind it all. Yet, you notice, this is also the first time in weeks that you don't feel guilty. And in the end, you conclude the priest was right. You want to thank him, but you can't find him anywhere. And no one in the caravan you came to Black River with remembers seeing you in the company of a priest.
Alright, so we get the reward. The reward is reveal all cards from level 1 equipment and pick something. So let's go ahead and see what we want here. So these are actually the ones I got, maybe. So we're going to give Shadow the Pack Blade, which the spell attacks gain +1 damage bonus. Because she's got so many magic, I feel like that will be awesome. And then, hear me out here, I'm going to give Jaheen this hammer, which is actually his hammer, if you see here. So it's actually his hammer. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give this axe, even though it's not thematic at all, because it does say it's a light weapon. Man, that will not focus. So it does say it's a light weapon, so I'm actually going to give this one to Shadow, and then I'm going to give this one to him. I'm going to give this one to Shadow here, which actually goes here, and then I'm going to give this one to Jaheen. Basically, it prevents the same, but now it actually retaliates as well, which is great. I'm going to keep this, technically this is a trinket here, and that goes in that slot. So he's already got 2 upgrades. She has 2 upgrades. I'm loving it. Now I'm giving this to her for 2 reasons. One, she's the one that could give out bleed. So in the same turn, she could give bleed and then attack, and she has these double attacks. So that means I could give bleed and then go to this double attack, and I could do 8 damage and 8 damage if I hit with both. So I could do 16 damage with that, with just doing bleed and then that. With those double attacks, I figure this would be much better. And then this one, because he does not have any double attacks, this is a 9+, but at 5 damage, he just can't do double attacks. But he doesn't have any double attacks, so I figure that one would be perfect for him. Go ahead and join me for the next one. I will do a chapter 3 here soon, and I will see you later.